For more on this development, let's speak with Asuu President, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke. Thank you for joining us on Nigeria Today. Again, Asuu has met with the federal government. What is your reaction to the response coming from the government?
We did not meet with the federal government. We met with the federal government negotiation team.
Well, obviously, that's representative of the government meeting with Asuu to resolve the lingering industrial action.
You see, the negotiation is just one of the items on the issue on which we are on strike. So what we met with them is to discuss that aspect alone that has to do with the renegotiation in 2009 agreement. And from all indication, they didn't come with anything. They are not prepared.
Well, as it is,
all they came to tell us is their discussion with several groups and what the group are suggesting, which is different from the government position. The negotiation team was inaugurated by the Minister of Education on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But when they came to tell us what they got from National Salary and Wages, Ministry of Finance, those are immaterial. We want to hear from the minister who will be speaking on behalf of the federal government, and that was not done.
All right. So is your concern about meeting with the minister or getting a positive response from the government, whether through the minister or a representative of the ministry?
You see, we have an industrial dispute with the Federal Republic of Nigeria on about 7 issues: revitalization fund, academic allowance, renegotiation, deployment of UTAS, proliferation of universities, release of the report of the Vision Panel, amongst others. But the renegotiation committee has to do with just renegotiation of agreement. And they have not got anything from the government on the issue on which we are on strike. So as at now, this strike is the 8 weeks, and nothing we have heard from the government. And that tells you they have really no interest about the education of Nigerian children.
All right. If we may focus on this renegotiation committee, which you've mentioned is just one of the issues Asuu is tabling before the federal government. The minister in that meeting mentioned that the government does not have the needed funds to meet the demands of Asuu. Are you willing to suspend or call off the strike so Nigerian students who've been home for over 2 months can get back to school?
Let me put it straight to you. This agreement was agreed upon in 2009, 13 years ago, and a salary component was one of the issues. And for 13 years, there is no review in the salary component. And when you remember, the depreciation in our currency from 2009 to date is about 300% depreciation. And the professor is still earning between 500 and 600 naira per month, which is this parlor state in which our university is. That we cannot attract any lecturer from any country in the world, The best brain are leaving. And you are talking about you don't have money. Meanwhile, they have money to do some other issue that have absolutely nothing to do with the benefits of Nigerian people. That's our crisis. So we believe that the government have enough money, if they are really serious about education, on how to resolve this issue for the benefit of these children, to enable this university attract the best brain from all over the world to teach our children, and we'll have the best quality of education, one of the best in the world. And what we are demanding for is very easy. We didn't say give us X, Y, Z. We said devote 15% of your annual budget to education, and you solve all the problem. But they said no, they are giving 5.4, the lowest in the whole world. They should tell us one country in the world that gives 5.4 of its budget to education,
right,
if
Prof.
they really take education seriously.
Okay, Prof. As it stands now, what is Asuu's next line of action?
No, we're already taking the final action, which is strike. It led to the government whether they want this strike call off, which they can do within the next 2 or 3 days. Can I tell you, a university in Nigeria, all the universities in Nigerians, public are shut down. And Federal Executive Council met, and what they are discussing is establishment of 12 private university and boastfully promoting private universities. That tells you where we have gotten to. All the universities in the country are shut down. All the students are at home. And what the FEC is discussing, it has to establish 12 private universities. It's so pitiful. And I'm so sad, and I'm so angry, I'm so sad, and I pity for the youth of this country.
Okay, let me quickly get your thoughts on this. Do you consider that the strike is having the needed effect in driving government to meet these agreements?
Let me give you this. If you look at the history of strike in Nigeria, if you are following, when Asuu goes on strike, first of all, government will pretend that nothing has happened, that everything is normal. After about 4 weeks or so, they will come with threat. No work, no pay, and what have you. And then after that, if it doesn't work with our member and I never worked, they'll come to discuss. So if you look at the history, we started 4 weeks strike, they didn't say anything. We are now in another 8-week strike. They have included the no work, no pay, as usual, that caused most of the doctors to leave this country, which is, we expected is that the second phase is they will to do no work, no pay, they will threaten us, they do everything, which is the normal thing. If you check from 1992 till today, the same thing. And finally, we believe that after this, their phase of threat, and if it does not work, our member will go and start doing taxi driving, do all sorts of things to feed their family. At this critical time, they will come back to discuss.
Well, one big question on the lips of many is if students and the general public is with Asuu on this or with the federal government. Professor Osodeke is the president of Asuu. Thank you for joining us on Nigeria Today.
Thank you very much.